and during this time, I was going through a bad breakup, and um, I'm just doubtful about everything. I wanted to do the talk show thing full time, but I was stuck at a job I hated.
Yeah.
Even though I was making good money there, I just was not happy at all. And I was not happy at the relationship. My ex girlfriend, I had to get a restraining order against her because she was
Oh.
it was a really, really, really bad time.
Oh, it was that type of bad time. I hear you.
Horrible time, yeah. So I started meditation to try and deal with everything, and I wasn't good at it at first, and eventually I became a lot better. And this one night, before I had the meditative experience, I think I might have seen a UFO. I saw these like three bright orange flames in the sky that kind of shot up and disappeared. And I didn't think of anything at the time.
Yeah, because I always see that kind of
I
stuff.
was meditating.
Why are you not
and
thinking
one
of
of
that?
the most profound experiences of my life happened. And this isn't with psychedelics or anything yet. This is, I wasn't even thinking about psychedelics at this time. I had an experience where I made contact with something during a deep meditative experience. I've come to understand it now as my higher self or spirit guides, because this seemed like it was multiple entities that I had contact with. So I have a basic understanding now that it was probably my spirit guides, but it gave me profound information. The communication was like psychic, instantaneous communication, and I felt like these beautiful feelings of love that I'd never felt on this planet before, not even from my own parents. It was a beautiful, profound experience, and it gave me all kinds of information about myself, things I needed to do, heal childhood traumas. It guided me to things I have to do to quit my job, things I have to do to make the show successful, things I have to read, things I have to research, all these things that I needed to do. Was having conversations with my higher self and spirit guide. They didn't manifest into images or anything, but in my subconscious I could see these kind of hazy blue etheric beings that were communicating psychically with me. And this was a 3-day experience. I did this meditation again the second day. This time was in the bathtub, and it was even more powerful. And this experience was absolutely insane. Whenever I would I could open my eyes and still see my bathroom, and I was in this strange meditative state. And when I closed my eyes, it was like I was on some kind of weird craft. I could see outside the windows, and there was space everywhere. And then these etheric beings, which are probably my spirit guides, started appearing to me as etheric animals, like human hybrid animals in hoods, and they were kind of greenish color, and they were transparent, and they were shooting me all these feelings of love and all this information about what I have to do in my life, all the childhood traumas I have to heal, things I need to research and look up, and all this stuff. And the main message was you need to quit your job as soon as possible and just pursue this. Just do what you have to do. And that was terrifying for me at the time, because at the time they not making any money, maybe a couple of $100 a month. So it was not in the books for me to just pack up and leave.
Right.
But after the third experience, the next day, which it ended up being a healing experience as well, because I was in severe pain from a long time sick illness that I've had, and it was like an instantaneous healing that occurred during this meditative session, and these beings appeared, and all this. It was a very profound experience. Within a couple of months, I decided to just do what these guys were telling me, because of everything I was researching and learning, and my own teachers and people in real life were telling me, you just need to listen to what these guys are telling you. So I just packed up one day, left. I was in South Louisiana, just left. And one of the other messages that was downloaded to me during these experiences were psychedelics were a way to enhance and to learn more about your childhood traumas and heal them much quicker, basically.
Yeah.
So I ended up moving to Denver, Colorado, and I ended up learning how to grow mushrooms, and I did.
Nice.
And it was
What kind?
Cubanescus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So it was, actually a couple of years of mushroom growing and, spirit journeys and vision quests. I would do those about once a month and have very profound experiences. Learned more about myself than I ever had in my entire life in like a couple of years, and just all these amazing downloads. And it was a very spiritual experience. I would, have just meditation sessions, go sit alone with after eating a bunch of mushrooms, and just go as deep as I can into consciousness exploration. And all the experiences were beautiful. I never had, had a bad trip or anything. And I learned a lot during those couple of years of doing this. Well, the very last experience I had was, I didn't, it was this, same type of mushroom. I didn't take any more or any less. There was no different circumstances or anything. Besides, I was next, and I had a great understanding of that. And the girlfriend that I had at the time had never done mushrooms, so I was like, hey, you want to try this? She was actually a very powerful psychic medium, intuitive. She does healings for people, spirit attachment removals, and she'd never done this, so she's like, yeah, why not? So one night I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just guide you through a trip. Well, she ends up taking, I took like 2.5 grams. That's my usual dosage. It does it for me. She took about the same, and within a couple hours did not feel anything. And she's like, I feel focused. She's like, I'm connected to my spirit guides, but nothing. I'm kind of sleepy. And I could tell she really wasn't feeling anything. And I was tripping balls, I was having my usual experience. So I gave her, she's like, you want to try more? Sure. She ended up taking, over the course of like 5 hours, about 5.5 grams, and didn't feel anything, like nothing. Wow. But we were having strange things occur that she noticed. Like during our conversations, the radio and the songs that were playing, the volume would increase or decrease depending on like the emotions we'd have, along with the lights would start turning.
She does feel on the.
She was actually able to change the station on the radio just by asking it to. And I was like, I'm tripping. I could be hallucinating this.
Right.
Did you do that? Like, what is going on? You said you're not tripping. She's like, I don't know what's going on. And she seriously did not seem like she was.
She's a witch.
I know it was her first time, and it was insane. She's like, I see all this stuff happening, but I don't feel anything. I can tell you're tripping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. So this was, it was an insane experience to begin. So she wanted to know if I wanted to do some regression and see if I could locate some more childhood trauma. I was like, sure, let's do it. So we start going through the regression session and locate sources of childhood trauma. She starts walking me through the experience. I'm like, reliving the experience. It was pretty profound. And she ends up saying that she found a spirit attachment. And she's like, I was like, oh shit. She's like, I'm gonna get rid of it. And, she does some kind of, calling on her angels or whatever they do. And, it was pretty miraculous. I felt amazing. I felt like something had been lifted, and I felt great. And, it was a pretty incredible experience. And I thought it was over. I thought the night was going to start winding down from there. But apparently, you can have a spirit attachment that lies beneath another that could be nastier than another. So this is something that I was not expecting. I never heard of. So after the first one was removed, we were having a conversation. I don't remember about what, but whatever she was saying started getting weirder and weirder and darker, and all of a sudden she's like, yeah, and I came to this planet a long time ago, and I found I was looking for someone to latch onto, and I found you, and I helped you grow and thrive, and now we're here. Do you still love me?